Here we
Hartford Hilton from commongroundhealing.com, and we'll get all your other stuff. Kurt Cobain. I did this a long time ago before I started doing YouTube, so I was just like,
oh, you did? I didn't know that.
I don't remember anything. Nothing.
I know. Yeah. Welcome to the 50 Amber Club.
Yeah, and a lot of people sent in a lot of questions. But Erik, thank you for bringing them in. I love you, and we worked hard in the she shed today, didn't we?
Yeah, I love you, Mom. Yeah, he's like going, phew. But he's like, yeah, it was a lot of work for me, but he's saying that jokingly.
Yeah, I'm covered in essential oil. Look at that. So
oh my gosh. Oh.
Comes with the territory.
You got frankincense and myrrh?
And he wants me to add a different one too.
All right.
I haven't done yet. But all right. Thank you, Kurt. Are you here, Kurt? Calling on Kurt?
Yes. They're both here. Actually, they came in about, I want to say, actually, they've been connecting all day. But the funny thing is that I've got this shine on my head, and I'm not sure. Let me try to bring that light down.
There we go. That's good.
This is better. So what's really funny is that
now it's right up.
I know. I was getting ready earlier, and I had this tie-dye dress on, and Erik says, "If I'm bringing Kurt Cobain through, you can't be wearing a tie-dye dress."
Oh.
And it was jokingly. So there must be some sort of joke that he had with hippies. That's what I was getting. So they were laughing about it. So
I don't know much about Kurt.
I don't either. And the funny thing is I graduated high school in '89. So the early '90s when I was in college, they were huge. I just wasn't into grunge. I think it's because of my sound sensitivity.
Oh,
so I didn't really listen to the loud music.
Okay. Well, thank you, Kurt, for coming in. You open up by saying anything, and then we'll get to the questions.
He says, I've been looking forward to this. I knew this was coming. There are a lot of unanswered questions, and I really want to. I'm really grateful that I get to be heard.
That's awesome. It seems like a lot of people say that you are their spirit guide. Is that the case?
He's saying I do help guide people, but he's also very humble about it and very sort of quiet and reserved and doesn't want to take the credit, but just helps people in their journey of life, which is what he was meant to do while he was here.
Oh. What, are you saying you are a spirit guide?
Not necessarily. He's not a spirit guide, he's not a guide, but he is present when he's needed.
Oh, when he's called upon, because a lot of
people, when he's called upon, when people are resonating with his music and talking to him, he does hear, he does listen. And that's why they say that they do get messages from him, because he's a very strong spirit, very strong in the spiritual world, because he's saying, I was very spiritual when I was here. I was very spiritual. Not a lot of people knew that, but I'm also, he's saying I was a star seed or from another planet.
Oh.
And just did not fit in.
Yeah. Were you a Pleiadian or an Arcturian, or what would you say? What kind of?
I'm getting Pleiadian energy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, definitely.
Are there any?
He's really cute.
He is adorable.
I didn't realize how cute he is.
Yeah, he's now, do you have any misconceptions right off the bat that you'd like to clear up about your life and your death?
He says, my life was complicated. It was very complicated. I self-medicated for most of it.
Oh boy. As a start.
Very complicated life.
Yeah.
There's a lot of controversy over my First off, he's saying my wife did not kill me.
Okay. Courtney Love, right?
Courtney Love.
Okay. Was it accidental or intentional, your death?
He takes full credit. I take full credit for my death. There are things involved that aren't known to the public, but I take full credit for my suicide.
What can we know? Did you do it with the intention of taking your life?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it wasn't,
Yes.
oopsie,
It was-
too much there. It wasn't like that.
It was suicide.
What were your last thoughts before you did that?
I didn't have any. I was completely numb.
Was there anything that triggered it? Last straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak?
I was lost. I was tired of the fame. It was exhausting. I didn't like it. I didn't want it. And I was also going through a hard time in my marriage. And I just felt lost. And I was so tired of the pain. I could not face my pain.
Was there one thing, like a conversation with Courtney or anything?
It was a combination of things.
So not one
I was
last straw.
tired of being an addict. It was that was exhausting. I did not want my daughter to grow up with an addict.
Okay. But there
I
was
felt
one
incompetent. I felt
conversation, there was not one like, okay, that's the last straw.
there were a few conversations. There were a few. A lot of people, not a lot, maybe a handful of people feel a lot of guilt because of the last words. But that isn't that you don't force somebody to do something like that. You don't make somebody do something like that. When you're in that space, you can't save somebody. They can only save themselves.
Exactly.
And I just didn't want to be saved.
No.
I tried. I tried to get clean. I tried to get better, but I just could not face my pain.
Oh gosh. Were you an earth angel too? Because those are some of the loneliest, and they come in with a plate full of crap because they come in with a high enough vibrational frequency to survive it, at least for some time.
Yes, I was very, very sensitive. Ever since I was a child, ever since I can remember, very sensitive to my environment. Mental illness. I don't know if this is ADHD or.
Did you have ADHD?
Yes. It's a form of it. I don't like to label things.
No.
Never did.
That's just a common style. It's not even a disorder.
It wasn't
a disorder, not a person's disorder.
That was not the reason why I went the path that I went, though.
But getting back to it, were you an earth angel? Because they often feel like they don't belong.
He's laughing.
You're an earth devil.
A lot of people thought I was, but I, wasn't there, devil, but no, in my deep soul, I loved people. Earth angel. Yes.
Okay. Did you have I know you don't like to label, but did you have some sort of mental illness that DSM, whatever, would label you as? Or if you don't want to go there, that's fine too. I mean, to a psychiatrist, were you bipolar, a major depression, addictive personality? We know that.
I was affected by my upbringing. I was affected by environment.
Okay, I see. Nurture, not nature. What was your childhood like?
There was no nurture. There was no nurturing.
Oh.
I was abandoned.
Oh God.
felt a lot of pain from early on.
Was that contractual, spiritual contract? So
Yes.
you come up with the music you came up with?
Yeah, and I definitely do feel the stomach pain. He's talking about his stomach at that he's telling me, so he's trying to explain it to me. It's like a pinched nerve.
Okay.
I want to say the nerves that came from the brain to the spinal cord to the stomach and all that, because we've got the three brains, the head, the heart, and the stomach. They weren't talking to each other, and there was a pinched nerve, so every time he ate, there was severe pain.
Oh, wow.
It was a pinched nerve.
Huh. That's awful.
I didn't know you could have a pinched nerve in the stomach.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, there's all sorts of nerves to the stomach.
Yeah.
So,
It was pain on all levels of the being.
do you remember your last conversation with Courtney?
It wasn't a good one.
Was she being ragging on you, or was it vice versa, or mutual? And what was the topic of conversation about?
It was mutual with good reason. She was upset with him about something.
Oh, okay. About something related to the daughter, or to drugs, or
I'm not getting what she was upset about. Just that she was upset with him about something.
okay. What was her last words to you? You might not remember because
He's not divulging that.
oh, okay. What about your last words to her? Still, no.
No.
Okay.
That's personal. It's a personal
Yeah.
conflict.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
So he's saying we were very much twin flames.
Oh,
Our relationship was very, very rocky.
yeah,
So we brought out the worst and best in each other.
yeah. I bet. So, what about your daughter? How is she doing? Do you watch over her?
Oh yeah, he's lighting up. Very, very proud.
Oh, all right. So some people, I mean, I think you shot yourself with a shotgun, or I don't know. I mean, was it an overdose you died of ultimately, or was it the shotgun?
It was a combination.
Yeah, well, if you did the shotgun, then that's pretty much you don't have time to overdose. But yeah, oh, I guess you already had drugs in your system, like heroin or whatever, and then you shot yourself with a shotgun, or was it staged and somebody else killed you?
So he's giving me the images that he was not alone, but he was not murdered. That he's adamant about that.
He said this question: had he already died of an overdose, and the shotgun scene was just staged by his dealer?
No.
Who was with you?
He's not saying.
The dealer? A dealer, maybe?
He's not saying.
Okay, boy, you're tight-lipped, aren't you? All right, I respect it.
He says there are soul contracts involved here. There are things that are evolving, and this information is not meant to be
Public knowledge.
opened.
That's fine. We'll respect
We
that.
cannot open. He's calling it a Pandora's box.
Yeah, that sounds good. How did you feel right after your transition?
Absolutely blissful.
Oh,
Absolutely
yeah,
blissful.
did you have any moments like, oh shit, what did I do?
Oh yeah,
They
Yeah.
got me out of there.
yeah,
Tell me about it.
yeah.
Talk to me.
The hardest thing was realizing that I left my family,
Yeah.
and realizing that I left my daughter to grow up without her father. I also realized that I didn't fulfill the contract that I signed up for before I came in.
And what was the main contract that you felt like you did not fulfill?
It has to do with healing and uniting people. Okay, so he's saying I was meant to heal and unite people of all ages, like different people of different caliber, he says. say my music was meant to touch not just the grunge population, but there was a lot of poetry in there, meant to break people from the cycle of being in a box and boxed in, even though I boxed myself in with my drugs, with my addiction.
Wow. How ironic. But you know,
Yeah.
your songwriting was so angst fueled. So I'm wondering if you were an indigo, like tear down the
Yes.
shit
Yes.
and let the rainbows and crystals come rebuild it.
Yes.
Knock down the
Okay,
walls.
so this is interesting. He says, it's amazing how people read into my music and my writing, and how they think it's like this big, deep thing, and how I'm writing it about my life, but that's not the case. There are a few blips here and there of I might throw something in, you know, sort of an Easter egg there. But my music was poetry. I love to write. I love to write about things, and I tried really hard to not put personal stuff as much in there.
Okay. You know, you were often heralded as the spokesman for Generation X. Do you think that's appropriate? And if so, how do you feel about that?
He's laughing. Spokesperson. He's like, I couldn't even keep my eyes open. But that's the beauty of creativity. That's the beauty of allowing our souls to emit, even though our bodies are broken. That's the beauty of allowing our souls and our spirit to come out in order to help others and heal others and touch others' lives, even though our bodies are so fucked up or we're so fucked up. It's okay to not be okay and still touch people's lives and change people's lives.
Yeah.
I just wish that I could have faced my pain and continued on the journey. It was just too much.
So, what was your favorite song that you wrote?
It's so funny you ask that, because before I came on, I went on to YouTube so I could listen to a song, because I never really, I wasn't into grunge. I was in college in the early 90s, you know, from 1990 to 96. And I never really listened to their music because of the sound. I was too sensitive to sound. So I was like, okay, I need to see a picture of you and I need to hear a song. So I pulled up Nirvana, and there was a list of songs, and the first one that came up was Teen Spirit.
Yeah, okay, right.
Like
Teen Spirit, yeah.
Okay, yeah. He didn't really like that song.
Oh, wow.
He said that he's like, I can't believe how popular that song was. So I said, well, tell me what song you want me to listen to. And it was My Apologies.
Oh, really?
And so I listened to that song and I was like, well, why is it this song? And he says, because that song was one of my favorite songs that I've written, but it was also a song that is relatable to my last days.
Oh, wow.
And that people can listen to and hear my apologies.
What was it about Teen Spirit? It smells like Teen Spirit that you didn't like. Do you think it was misinterpreted by the public? Because I think you
he says it just wasn't the grunge feel that he was known for or that he was after. He's like, it wouldn't have been the first. Okay, so he's showing me even past 1 through 5. It wasn't even in 1 through 5 of the songs that I thought would have been that famous.
Wow.
And it wasn't that he hated the song. It wasn't one, you know, he really, and there's actually issues behind the song, and I'm not sure. I'm getting there's issues behind the song, and I don't know if there was any sort of infringement involved. I don't know. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Maybe Teen Spirit deodorant. I don't know. They got her.
I don't know.
Parents divorced. Was that the big thing about your childhood that was difficult for you? Because you know, apparently you were very ashamed of your parents for that, and it was very, very difficult for you.
It wasn't the divorce. It was how I was treated afterwards.
Oh, how were you treated? Were you used
Like I didn't exist.
so neglected?
I was invisible. I didn't exist.
Were you weaponized, one against the other parent?
No, just sort of thrown out like a piece of trash.
Well, your mother apparently suffered from depression, I guess, after that. So maybe that was part of it?
She was not present
Oh.
at all.
You raised by mother or your father?
I don't know how old he was when this happened, but he's showing me that he was sort of just going into puberty.
Okay. Okay.
So with the angst and the hormones, and it broke him. He was broken.
Oh. Yeah, it's too bad. Okay. So, okay. What does he wish from a member? Somebody. What does he wish for our perception of Courtney and the unfairness of her treatment? I mean, how do you want us to perceive Courtney and treat her and understand her? Help us understand Courtney Love.
How can we say we know somebody or know their ulterior motives if we don't know them on a personal level? It's not fair to do that just out of your perception and the things you hear in the media.
I agree. So I want you to set the record straight. Tell us what we need to know about.
Leave it the fuck alone. Like give my daughter some peace. It's not helping her at all.
No, but I want you to take get a chance to clear up any misconceptions people have about Courtney. I think you owe her that. We all owe her that.
People had misconceptions about me as well.
Oh, we can clear that.
So the misconceptions about her is there were a lot of people who were assuming. There were a lot of rumors. The thing that I loved the most about her was that she was very real, authentic, outspoken, raw.
Okay.
And, like me, we were a lot alike. Didn't give a shit what people thought.
Good. So basically, you think that got her into trouble in the public mind, that people couldn't understand that rawness, and they used her authenticity to try to damage her?
Yeah, she was broken too. We were both two broken people.
Mm. What was she really like inside? Was she gentle? Was she empathic? Was she
very, very empathic, just like him? Feel very, very deeply, on a deep level, feel emotions and other people's pain, but very spiteful about it, and don't want to give others the satisfaction of breaking them down anymore.
Oh, I got you.
There was this banging of heads all around them.
Okay. What's the biggest misconception you would like to clear up about you?
I don't want to clear anything up about me. I don't care. Doesn't matter.
Dude, come on. Your fans care. They don't want to be carrying around these misconceptions.
My fans know me, and my fans.
Not all of them.
My fans are my. So he's showing level ground.
Okay.
It's the ones
who are not your fans.
It's the ones who I needed to love me, who had the biggest misconceptions of me.
Yeah. All right.
The ones that I needed to love me didn't understand me.
Okay. What did they not understand about you? Please help.
I was very sensitive. I was not a bad person. I made poor choices, but I truly cared about people. Truly cared.
Yeah.
Loved people, loved everybody.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's saying I was a hugger. I like to hug.
Oh, that's sweet.
There's one misconception.
Yeah, that's cool.
what a gentle soul. Just a really gentle, soft-spoken, kind.
So somebody wants to, it's hard to see through pain. It's hard to see kindness through pain. Somebody wants to know if you were Illuminati.
No.
Okay. All right, let's see. My question. What would he like to do, or who would like to be? Oh, in your next incarnation, what's your plans?
He says, I want to be ordinary. I want to be inconspicuous and grow.
You want to be boring, you said?
Boring.
Okay, good. Just an observer.
Yes. Observer, yes.
That's good. Insights to Hollywood from both human and spirit experience. What do you think?
He didn't like
open up a can of worms on that one.
He did not like being famous. Did not like it. Was not. He says, I did not put myself in the Hollywood scene. I preferred to go to like cheaper dive restaurants or bars or cheap hotels. I did not care.
Fancy. Of course you didn't.
Was not fancy. It's like, who would let me in with my greasy hair and raggedy shirt? You know?
If they knew who you were, they would. So from a spirit perspective, what do you think about Hollywood?
There's a lot of shit going on there. You would be amazed at the shit that we have no idea how corrupt. We do, but we don't. We do, but we don't. It is so ridiculous.
Greed and power? Is that it? All driven by greed and power?
The assholes. Just, yes. Greed, power. You had to present yourself a certain way. You had to be a certain way. Doing gigs was sometimes really hard because there were so many stipulations and it just was a fucking pain in the ass and I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's conformity. I was not a conformist at all.
Yeah. All right. Somebody, next question wants to know if you are at peace now. And also, have you incarnated here? Probably not. You probably needed a break. That's what I'm going to do. I got a lazy boy. I'm going to design up there. Drink holders from a beer or Diet Coke or iced tea. I don't like iced tea. I just go sit there for a few millennium. Go for it.
Peace isn't even the right word. It's bigger than that. I'm not getting a feel from him of broken off incarnations. I'm not getting a feeling of that. I do
imagine, yeah.
I am. He is showing me that he's like almost at his last incarnation, which is really fascinating. And can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah. Erik, you can jump in too if you want.
He's sitting there with his arms crossed and his leg on his other leg, and he's enjoying the shit out of this.
Well,
he loved this guy. Eric's like, this is one of my favorite people. Yeah. No, he's like, give him the floor. This dude is amazing.
Awesome. Okay.
I don't know if we answered that question or not, but I was too caught up in what they're doing.
That's fine. It's good. It's like, yeah, one person said, the music you made meant a lot to our family. Was there anything you wished you could have changed? Physical health, mental health choices? I guess that's a question I always ask too. Do you have any regrets?
Don't we all? But I understand it from a different point of view now.
Tell me, all spiritual content.
There are regrets, especially the way I went and the effect that it had on the general collective. I regret that.
Yeah.
As far as my music, no, I don't have any regrets about that. I didn't like to say I was proud of my music, but I really was.
Yeah, of course you should be. One person said, read in his published diary, that he thought he was overly sensitive, but that did make him a better musician.
Definitely, definitely.
Probably yes, right?
Very much a true empath. Very much a true empath.
Yeah. What was your life purpose? This last incarnation.
Healing and growth, and helping the general collective raise their vibration. And I just couldn't face my own pain.
Yeah.
Things would have shifted in my life.
Were you here to teach anything?
To step out of the fucking box.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. Oh my gosh. Are you used to being on Earth, or do you favor another planet for incarnation?
Earth is a shit show, but it's actually one of the best lessons and journeys for soul growth.
Oh yeah, because of the contrast.
But it's a shit show.
It's a contrast.
There are better places to go, but we choose to go there because it's the best. It's the best place for the duality and the healing and growth.
Yeah, it's polarity consciousness, not unity consciousness.
Yeah.
Here, so, but do you favor another planet, like in the Pleiades? What's going on here? Huh? What is it? Ugh.
Yeah, there's definitely a galactic connection.
Okay, all right.
There is a planet that's, I want to say, 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to say it's 15 or 20 light years away.
Okay.
That's all I'm getting. I don't know the name of it, but he's given me the number in light years.
Well, when I get over there, give me a tour, okay?
Yeah. I'd be happy to.
All right. Now, after your In Utero album, did you want to create more music? And if so, what direction did he want to take?
I wanted to take a break.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
He's showing me this feeling of like there might have been a disconnection with the band at that time. He wanted to take a break.
Yeah.
So there would have been a break. But as far as making music, that was my heart and soul. I never would have stopped writing.
Yeah. Okay.
I probably would have written for other bands for a while and then maybe gotten back on tour. He was too tired. Too tired.
From that side, do you try to help struggling musicians, inspire them?
Yes. There's been a big shift in music and musicians, and a more welcoming vibe and less censorship. He had a part in that.
Okay. All right. Now, was there somebody who was like who totally was in your corner and understood you 100% and gave the emotional support you needed? Was there anybody in your life like that?
There was. All right, so showing me this side, upper. Okay, so not like somebody his age. So I'm not getting even level. It's not a mother. I don't know if it's a grandmother or an aunt.
Okay. Some maternal.
There was somebody who was in his corner. There were a very few people who truly got him.
Yeah. Complicated. Some people want to make the effort to dig through the complexity.
Very complex.
Yeah. So, do you think she could have saved you from suicide? Someone wants to know.
No.
Okay. Let's see.
Nobody should take on that responsibility. Ever.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no. And what was the hardest thing to learn or master about the guitar on earth? I tried, Eric. You tried to teach
He's,
me.
he's laughing. He says, I sucked at the guitar.
What?
That's what he said.
Okay, well, singing was your. What was? Yeah, what was your? Oh, Aunt Mari. Is that what you're talking about? According to his Aunt Mari, he began singing at the age of 2. At age 4, he started playing the piano and singing, writing a song about a trip to a local park.
Ooh,
Is that the person you're talking about, or somebody different?
my hair's standing up, so it must be.
Cool.
Aunt Mari?
Aunt Mari.
Aunt,
Mari.
okay.
Is she
Yeah. Yep.
still around?
No.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Okay. So, what was the hardest thing you had to learn about guitar? Everything.
I wasn't a guitarist. I was a singer-songwriter.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so here's some from somebody. I saw an interview where you said Perfume was your favorite book. You said you read a lot. You said the reason is the best book because you can relate to it. Why is that? I have no idea. I never heard of that.
I never heard
You
of it
didn't read
either.
a lot, huh?
He did read a lot.
Oh.
He was very smart, actually.
Oh, I can tell, of course.
Okay, so this is what he's showing me is talks about his sensitivity. All right, so perfume, there's got to be something with the sense of smell. Okay, smells like Teen Spirit. Okay, so it was. I want to say it was deep and dark. Why did you read it so many times? I could relate to the sensitivity of it and how sensitivity can drive you insane.
Okay, yeah.
I've never heard of this book, but that's what he's saying. It was just,
Okay.
he says when you read a book too, you're not just reading it according to the story. You read between the lines, and there was a lot said between the lines in that story.
Wow.
And it was deep and dark like me.
Wow.
But it's something about sensitivity.
Okay. Now you said you were interested in anatomy since you were a kid. That's interesting. And you liked medical charts and medical stuff. Why did you pick singing and songwriting over your interest in the anatomy?
Because I was too fucked up to go into anatomy and science.
Well, even when you were little, I mean, come on. Why did you not
But I never gave it up.
be a doctor or a nurse or something?
I never gave it up. I just became an addict.
Okay.
And music was my outlet. Singing.
Interested in anatomy. Was it some past life connection or other life connection?
Yes, there are other factors that come in there, and you can't. You're not just good at one thing. You have to have more than just one thing to focus on.
Yeah.
So I had other interests, and that happened to be one of them. I really like to learn stuff. The anatomy and the structure and science, that all fascinated me.
Brilliant guy. So somebody asked, were you bisexual here on Earth?
No, not that there's anything wrong with that, but why would somebody think that? And why would it matter if I was or wasn't?
If you Google any famous person's name and put in bisexual or you put in gay, it always comes up.
He thinks it's like the most ridiculous question. He goes, what does it matter?
Yeah, I know.
Like if you think I'm
bisexual, probably.
Whatever.
Anyway,
whatever you want me to be.
When your fans are musicians and playing music, do you sometimes hang out with their energy to feel what it feels like?
Definitely. Definitely, and they know that when I'm there.
Oh wow. All right, here's one. I saw a video earlier from a young woman asking for advice on how people deal with chronic depression. She claimed to suffer daily. And this person says, I wish I had some words of wisdom for her or for anyone else wanting the same advice. Kurt, do you have any suggestions or advice for people suffering daily from chronic depression?
Wouldn't that be incredible if we had those words of wisdom? Wouldn't that be incredible if we had the solution?
Yeah. From your perspective as a spirit.
It's one of those things that you work through with your specific journey, not expectations of others. And that's where depression and the general population clash.
Yeah.
They want to put it into a box, into a label, and it's not. It's so much more than depression, so much more than that. And everybody's different. It's like they're like snowflakes. Depression is like snowflakes. No two are alike.
Yeah. All right. How's your daughter doing?
She's beautiful. He's saying you got to listen to her voice. You got to listen to her.
Sing?
I think so.
Well, or she just have a nice voice. So, any advice to your daughter in case she ever sees this video, which I can't imagine, but maybe.
You know that I'm there, and I'm there a lot.
Oh.
I wished that you had known me.
Well, if she does listen to this or watch this, maybe she will get to know you better. But you're with her a lot, I'm sure, as you said. So.
Yeah. I'm trying to still be that annoying dad.
Yeah.
But she never really knew me as dad.
Is she
So
on the right path? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah.
How's Courtney doing?
He's very much guiding her.
Yeah.
And is so proud.
Oh.
So very proud, like beaming proud.
Okay. So, how's Courtney doing now?
Good.
Oh, that's so good.
He says she's clean.
Oh, that's nice. I like
God, I
that.
haven't seen her in years.
I haven't either.
He's like, he said she cleans up well.
Oh, that's good. Cleans up good. All right. So, can you share a life, and we'll close pretty soon, but another life, past or future, that most influenced your one as Kurt Cobain?
There are a few.
We'll just name the main.
Okay.
Time. Just kidding. We have all.
Yeah, it's accumulation of past lives to where there was some sort of saving of me or somebody else. It was some sort of battle, or it has to do with healing and growth, like I was meant to do when I was here as Kurt Cobain. It's about the saving of myself and or of others, and it's a repeating pattern.
Were you to heal and to heal others through your music?
Yes, and the past lives accumulated so heavily that I could not face my pain in this lifetime.
Okay, well, let's pick one life, just one life where that happened.
Okay.
You know.
There was one life where he was a single mother. Very poor, and had struggled to feed her children.
Oh.
And was judged, and I want to say she lost a couple of children to a flu or some sort of virus.
Okay.
There was a lot of pain in that life, but all they had was her.
Mm. Yeah. Wow.
That's still, and so that he brought that up because he says, that's why I feel so guilty about leaving my daughter.
Oh, wow. That makes sense. Okay. Any last messages or advice for us at all? Or for any specific person, if you'd like to do that?
Just lots of love to everybody, and if I could hug every single one of you, I would.
Oh.
So collective hug.
That's awesome.
It's just he's just very chill.
That's cool. Erik, do you have any questions to ask him besides boxers or briefs? something, anything but that?
He's asking him why he didn't take showers.
Oh, I didn't know he didn't.
Neither did I. He says it has to do with the sensitivity thing.
Oh, okay.
He had a lot of nausea, and the sensitivity just,
That's awful.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a lot. And he's sort of showing me this image of synesthesia, you know, to where
yeah,
you,
right.
sensitivity was, he was miswired. He was miswired.
Taste, smells, and
Yeah.
different cross. Yeah, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Plus the addiction didn't help.
I'm sure it did not.
Erik says, dude, I thought you were great on the guitar.
Well, better than I was. All right, so Heather, you have a question for him? No, and of course, Kurt, do you want to say anything else? To close it up, wrap it up.
No, I'm good. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak. He's very, very well spoken.
He is. Thank you so much, Kurt. Come visit.
Yeah, he's doing one of these.
Oh. All right. Thank you, Erik. I love you. Thank you, Kurt. I love you.
I love you, Mama. Thank you.
I love you. Tell us how people can get in touch with you and your awesomeness.
commongroundhealing.com.
All
Yep.
right. We'll put it in here. All right. Love you guys. See you later.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.